Yeah, since we have time, we're gonna read story. All right, guys, we're gonna read a story about Star Wars.
Claro.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I cannot be seen. Are you okay?
Okay.
Star Wars: Attack of the Clones Adventure in the Arena. Yes, this is it, guys. A Star Wars 5-minute stories. Strike back. Jedi
Strike
Knight
back.
Anakin Skywalker. Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker had been in a lot of tricky situations. He'd raised his pod racers and freedom and flown a starfighter into battle to save his friends. But when he and Senator Padme Amidala were captured in an outer rim planet called Genesis, Anakin found him in his trickiest situation yet, and he didn't know how to get out of it. Anakin and Padme had gone to Genesis to rescue Anakin's Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, but they were captured by the bounty hunter Jango Fett and the evil Count Dooku. Count Dooku was helping his fellow Sith Lord Darth Sidious. They wanted the galaxy to erupt into violence and chaos so they could step in and take control. Dooku sentenced Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan to fight deadly monsters in a giant arena. The three friends were handcuffed and chained to tall pillars while the Count Dooku, Jango Fett, and thousands of generations watched from high above. Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan exchanged worried looks as three massive creatures stepped into the arena. The first, a red and gray horn roared as it lumbered towards Anakin. I've got a bad feeling about this, Anakin muttered. Concentrate, Obi-Wan said just as a green insect-like Acte scuttled his way. Anakin tried to focus, but it was hard as he noticed the sharp quills of ferocious Nexu that was moving towards Padme. But the young senator was perfectly capable of taking care of herself. Padme first used a pin to undo her handcuff. Then she used her strength to climb to the top of the pillar and beat back the Nexu with the heavy chain that had been attached to her wrist. Anakin outsmarted the Rick when the beast charged. Anakin jumped into its back. The Rick reared back, breaking the chain from the pillar and freeing Anakin. Now he could help his friends. Anakin steered the Rick towards Padme's pillar to Anakin steered the Rick towards Padme's pillar so that she could jump down into the Rick's back. Obi-Wan used his speed to avoid the Acme. He zigzagged as the creature's sharp pincers pierced everything in sight, including the chain that bound Obi-Wan to his pillar. With the Acme knocked over the heavy stone column, Obi-Wan quickly rolled out of the way and ran as fast as he could. Anakin and Padme steered the Rick over to Obi-Wan, and the Jedi Master jumped into the Rick's back, holding on tight to Padme and Anakin. Anakin tried to steer the creatures to safety, but a group of deadly droidicas rolled into the arena. The three friends were trapped again. A flash of purple sparked from the balcony as Jedi Master Mace Windu's lightsaber shot to life. This part is over, the Jedi Master said, pointing the fiery blade at Count Dooku and Jango Fett. The hum of lightsabers filled the arena. Dozens of blue and green blades blazed with power. Anakin looked around her in relief. Mace Windu and Jedi Knights had come to save the day. You're impossibly outnumbered, Count Dooku said calmly. The Sith Lord was right. On the arena floor, hundreds of battle droids marched towards Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan. But Mace Windu knew the power of the Force. He and his fellow Jedi leapt down to join the three friends, and together they pushed back the army of droids. The arena was filled with like streaks of blue and green lightsabers as the Jedi that blinded blazed with their lightsabers. The Force was strong with them. When Jango Fett saw what was happening, he fired up his jetpack and flew to the arena floor. But when Mace Windu was ready for the bounty hunter, he charged, unleashing his lightsabers to defeat Jango blasts and stop Jango's attack once and for all with one powerful swing. But the battle guard soon closed in, and Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan, Mace, and the rest of the Jedi drew together in a defensive circle. They raised their weapons, but Count Dooku called off the battle. You have fought gallantly, Count Dooku praised. Now surrender and your lives will be spared. The Jedi refused to surrender. Count Dooku gave the signal, and the droids raised their blasters. As the Jedi prepared for one final attack, Padme pointed to the sky and cried out, "Look! Ships swooped in from the clouds!" Master Yoda had brought a cone of army to rescue the Jedi. Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan, and the rest of the Jedi quickly boarded the transports and flew to safety. Escaping the arena had been one of the clearest things Anakin had ever done. He knew he still needed to find a way to stop Count Dooku, but he also knew something very important. No matter what the future had in store, Anakin and his friends would face it together. The end. 5 minute story finish. Definitely had to go, yeah.
Yun guys. Back Sunday aja na. Mau di hai ko to. O lok tim roti cucu hai ha. Next Sunday. This Sunday ha. One day from hai ko to. Hai ko to. Tin hao hong tin. One day from hai. Sam ko yan o thong ai diam ka phang ni. Chen bu chao cho shut dai. Lok tim ke chut dai. Di chat tim.
Bye bye. We'll have our breakfast. So my time to shine. This is my coffee lick. And this is another sun roast peanut. Peanut toast. Peanut butter toast, I mean. Mm.